Let's say we have a golfer who's habitually over the top, and a lot of times that comes from incorrect concept, incorrect sequence, or the club is just too light. They physically cannot feel the club. So if I had someone say swing like an axe, and an axe weighs 5 pounds, 10 pounds, or whatever, imagine this is an axe. They're never going to go swing the axe over the top this way. They chop their shin off, right? So a heavier implement can get them to understand how to use their feet. See, watch my feet. It's my feet that is swinging this kettlebell. And let's say I was chopping wood, and there's a log right here sideways. Well, if I had an axe, instinctually I would heave it back, boom, and then there. I'm not going to slide. I'm not going to rotate my shoulders over. It's literally just going to go, boom, there. If I had a medicine ball and I was swinging it, right, I get here, and I go there. Right, and look at the finish position. The leg is straight. Yeah. The body's not falling over. You see a lot of people, they'll finish here in their golf swing. So what the heavier implement can do, and I think this is what Garrett's point is it can allow you to learn how to use mass and ground reaction force. If you watch this from down the line of the camera, there's no over the top there. Right? It's not possible. You would really feel it and it would throw you all out of balance. So I don't think these need to be done hard or with a lot of force unless you're going for plyometrics. But if I'm sitting here and I just need to learn how to go there, my arms are finishing around and to the left like we'd like to see in a golf swing, that can be a great tool, same with the kettlebell, to feel that. You can teach people how to swing a club, how to swing an implement with just moving their feet, picking them up slightly, and that's what actually starts the club for you.
3 of the medicine ball throws that I like to do are all going to be throwing it against a wall, or in this case, against a box jump that I'm not allowed to do because you guys say I'm too old to do box jumps. But one of the first one is just a really simple, I'm just mimicking the golf swing. I'm just going to take it to the top and then throw it straight into the box. Another variation that I like to do with that is I'll take it to the top, and then as I come back down, I'll pump one time, and then the second time go through. So, yeah. With all of these, one of the things I love about doing medicine ball throws is I'm really bad in my golf swing. One of the things that Tony and I are working really hard to try to fix is I like to over-rotate my hips and then throw everything at it at the last minute. And what I found with the medicine ball throws, I won't throw this one, but I'm really bad to miss high and right, and I'm also really bad to slam it down on the ground.
The ball gives you instant feedback.
It does. You get that feedback of, okay, I can't control the ball as well and throw it as fast if I'm out of sequence.
Like these exercises, they don't require a lot of reps. Because I think, you don't want to practice being slow, right?
No.
As a golfer. So if you do too many, especially guys, we get in the habit of like 20, 30 in a row, but then it's like you start getting slow and you're training your body to be slow. So it's really like just doing 4 to 8, 4 to 12, and then shut it down and rest.
Most of these I've heard recommended 6 to 8 reps because I'm me and I don't listen, I do 10. But my rule of thumb is I want it to be at the end of my set. I want to be tired enough that I'm glad it's over, but I don't want to be so tired that I can't still go full speed and I feel like I'm going slower, because you absolutely don't want to practice swinging slow. The second variant of this, and this is what I know Tony is going to absolutely love, is I will step as I throw. So I'll hold it in address position, and I'm going to start by stepping to my left. Then as I swing it back, I'm going to step to my right. As I start to go back to the left, I'm going to shift back to my left foot again. So I've got the first, where I'm practicing deceleration, hitting the brakes with the hips.
Well, it's a load drill. You're trying to load, weight shift, tempo, and so I love that. It's a great sit-on baseball drill.
Well, and tempo is an important part of it, because if I try to do what I like to do and get really fast out at the top, boy, that doesn't feel good at all.
Yeah.
As you get it to the top, you've got to wait on it to start to fall before you really. The last one I like to do is I'm actually going to be slamming it into the ground.
Okay.
So I like to take it to the top, and then as I'm rotating to my left, I'm going to just throw the ball straight down. And this is working on the vertical action of your arms as you're rotating with the body. And I try to pay attention to where the ball's landing, where the ball's hitting. If I'm doing it down the line, when I want it to hit right down the target line, about hip high is where I want it to hit the wall. And for this one, I want the ball to land about a foot off of my right toe, right down the toe line. So I don't want it to be, over the top, but also don't want to throw it behind me. I want to take it up and straight back down. Yeah.
So another method for feeling kind of a better sequence in the downswing, you're not coming over the top, is even just to get like an 8-pound dumbbell, because you can kind of hold it in a similar golf grip as normal. But you start using your lower body, again, that rocking to get that club moving. You get to the top. If you go over, it's going to pull you because it weighs something. It's going to pull you off balance. So ideally, when we go to the top, right, we get it here, we would shift, and then we have to stay. Think about like a counter force, right, like a hammer thrower. And hammer throwers go here, here, and then when they finally get done spinning, they're woof, here, right? So they don't get pulled into the field with the hammer that they just threw 200 yards or whatever they throw. Crazy. So there has to be that braking force, that counterbalance. You have to stay inside your body lines. By that I mean the left heel. You don't come out over this way. That's what you see a lot of poor golfers doing.
Yeah, every time that knee bends, you're leaking. I like to say you're leaking power. When you get outside of that lock front
you get
side.
A lot of people who swing like this.
Yeah.
Right, or they're here. Right, so you don't have to swing this fast. That's not the point with this. It's just to feel something. It's to feel, have some awareness. And again, it's so easy because it'll just instinctually make sense to people. Their body, their brain will have this connection of, oh God, I can't do this. I'll fall over. So like 3 reps, they do like this, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, I've never felt that before. Mm-hmm. Right, but again, I think the biggest problem, the biggest challenge of golf is that the golf club is just too light. A grown-up, a teenager can just pick it up and do whatever they want with it. There's no awareness, right? So this can be a great way to start the process of being aware of how your body can move differently. Same thing like throwing a ball, a heavy ball. It becomes a more natural self-awareness process. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't prescribe take a 30-pound ball and whoosh, here with it. No, there's other ways to train explosiveness and biometrics too, right? And we do want to train in the plane of motion that we're swinging on, obviously, right? But we don't want to force an issue, overuse injuries. We're already using this motion a lot in the golf swing. Yes, we need to be aware, right? But we don't, as you said earlier, we don't have to do 30, 40 reps at a time and just blow our body out.
Another weighted swinging drill that I like to do is I use sandbags in the gym, or you can use a kettlebell. I'll use the medicine ball. But even if you're not throwing it, just getting the sensation of swinging it back and through, and trying to, you're wanting your arms to stay in the plane of the golf swing. Pretty much you want your arms around your shoulders as you're doing this. You don't want to throw it around here. You don't want to lift too much with the arms. But when I'm doing this with this weight, again, it forces me to pay attention to the rhythm. You're going to have to put a lot of energy into getting it started, but then you're going to have to wait on it a little bit before you really start to turn your body back through. So you're taking it back, waiting for it, gathering it up, and then letting it swing through. And this has been really helpful for helping me to feel the way my stomach muscles are supposed to coil in the golf swing. Because if I try to stand up, now I'm way out of balance, and then I've got to kind of throw it, and then I can't even hold my balance when I come back down. So I've got to have that stability and feel like I'm just kind of just rotating around my hips, and then letting my arms fall back in front of me, and then rotating it back around. And again, as I said before, we don't have to do 25 reps of these. I'll usually do 8 or 10. I'll do 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, and just kind of get that sensation of, and really the only difference as I'm going up in weight is how much energy I have to put in to get it going. Mm-hmm. Once you get it going up, the weight itself is going to do the rest of the work.
That's right.
So these are a great, just very simple, but just hold any weighted object, kettlebell, medicine ball, and just kind of back and forth, and really feel where is the tension, where are you feeling that pressure and that contraction in your abdomen and your obliques as you're doing this.
Yeah, I would say get back into your position, and also just pay attention to your spine angle, right? Mm-hmm. Because the more you hunch over and round your back out, that's going to limit your rotation, and the more weight you have, that's going to put tension in your low back. So just trying to keep a straight spine angle, and that's going to help you rotate better.
Yeah, it's a good point, because as the weights, as opposed to just standing here with nothing in there, the weight's pulling down.
That's
so
right.
It's going to pull your arms, and you want your arms to hang below you. but you don't want to let them hang there by slouching your shoulders,
Yeah.
which is something I'm really bad to do.
Yeah.
You strong back, but let the arms dangle, right below you here as you're rotating.
Yeah. That already looks better.